Yo, what's up, guys? We just got back from a weeks-long stay in Las Vegas, and man, so many great things happened. But one of the first cool ones I want to show you guys is we had the chance to sit down with CEO of the Plaza, Jonathon Jossel, and pick his brain about what his experience was like at a casino opening at the Circa, and if he's ever been a part of anything like that, and what it was like being the first dice shooter at the craps table and how all of that went down, as well as working with YouTubers and what that whole experience has been like lately. So again, I know a lot of people have questions when it comes to recording and shooting inside of the casino, and we answer a lot of those questions together here on this interview. So do us a favor and subscribe to the channel and grow with us as we are taking you all over Las Vegas. So again, guys, my name is Jay. I do the podcast here with my wife, Kelly, and we love talking all things Las Vegas, gambling, and casinos. That being said, throughout this interview, you're going to hear some really cool stories about how Jonathon was picked to be the first shooter at the dice tables at Circa. You're also going to catch and hear about the special bond that him and Derek Stevens share, working side by side downtown, which is really cool. You'll also be able to hear the tradition that goes alongside with casino openings and how that works. You will also hear about how much he enjoys fireworks throughout this interview. And how Plaza will be one of the only places you can see fireworks this coming up New Year's. We did ask what it was like working with the YouTubers and allowing that community to come in and record at the casino there and how that's been working, if it's if there's pros and cons to it, and basically how it works. You'll also catch one of the surprising moments for me especially, and Kelly, is when he says we were one of the first to approach him and, open him up to the YouTube and podcast game, which I didn't realize, so I thought that was really cool. It also says a lot about saying hi, shaking hands, and creating relationships around town, or anywhere you go in general. You never know what just shaking a hand might lead to. So again, I'm glad I've made this relationship with the guy. He's moved up on my list from here to like one of my favorite people in Las Vegas because, not only did he give us great stories, but I'm going to tell you why this guy became one of my favorite people this trip. You will also catch how he mentions Plaza is one of the first properties to allow YouTubers to come into the casinos and film, which I thought is really neat. And also we discuss how YouTubers and content creators can approach the casinos and ask for permission in advance, which is big. And before we end it, he does make sure to let you know what the point was and whether he hit it or not. So guys, enjoy this interview. I'll catch up with you afterwards. Again, I can't say enough good things about this guy. He is one hell of a guy and just down to earth, genuine as it gets. And any opportunity I can to chat with this guy, I'm bringing him on the show. We've had him on the show probably about 4 different times now. And again, always a blast to talk to. Enjoy, guys. Obviously, are always honored to talk to you, Jonathon, and sit down and chat with you. And, we had some questions about everything happening lately in Vegas. We've been here for a few days. We were obviously honored to be able to witness and check out the Circa opening downtown. That was big. And, we planned on, playing and all this stuff happened, but I really wanted to ask you and talk to you about some of the Vegas tradition about the casinos opening and involved with the craps tables. So, one, have you ever been involved with anything like that?
I've been to Cosmopolitan's opening and some in England, but never obviously as the CEO of a hotel, one right across the street and one that we happened to have sold prior to the new owner. So there was a lot more history to this one for me. It was quite a special, not emotional, but memorable experience going back to a place that I spent so much time in. I lived in that hotel in 2007 when I moved here. So it was special to see it built and go back there. And we talked about some of my memories on the Corner of Main Street podcast just last week. So it was very special for me to go back there. I didn't know I'd be throwing out the first dice. That happened to be more of a by chance moment.
Right.
But I knew they had asked a couple of casino owners and CEOs to be a part of the first dice game.
Yeah.
And I was down for it. I didn't know that whether there was like a buy-in or some kind of specific amount like that, but it was just turned out to be fun.
Yeah.
And it was a great experience.
One thing that I thought was really cool is there was 2 posts that were posted by or reshared by yourselves, and it was really funny. And I showed Kelly there was one with you and Derek Stevens with the hard hats and the vest on at work, working hard, and I thought that was just great. And then the other one was the picture they posted with you with the dice mid-air. I mean, that was a cool shot. I mean, that was one thing we were like, babe, check this out.
I think,
so even going back to it and learning the tradition. So I posted it on social media. I'm like, guys, the first dice roll, and some people commented like, hey, it's tradition that the casino CEOs and exec get together and, you know, they open up the tables and are the first roll of the dice. And I thought that was just so cool to see everybody come together and have a good time. And then lo and behold, you are the first throw. I was like, hell yeah, that's awesome.
So hold on, I'll come back to that. What was funny about the hard hat one was about, I don't know, maybe 2 months ago.
Yeah.
We were doing a demonstration of fireworks. I have an idea for doing more fireworks. I don't know if you know this.
And you like fireworks, we know. Yes.
So I had an idea for doing more fireworks, and I guess Circa and Derek wanted to make sure that it wouldn't interrupt their business and have new pool deck.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So I said, well, let's do a demonstration. I'll come with you. We'll go to Circa. And we'll see what it looks like. But Circa was still being built. It wasn't open yet. This was like 2 months ago.
Yeah.
And so we got up to the pool deck, and there was no water, but the pool was there, but there was no water in it. So that picture you're talking about, we were actually sitting in the pool. We were sitting on the step with no water, hard hat, watching fireworks going off. And that was pretty cool. That moment, it was dead silent up there, just fireworks in the distance, just me and him sitting in an empty pool.
Yeah.
It was unusual, but it was a cool memory. And that's why we were there with the hard hats.
Yeah.
I think that was early September. And then so the other night what happened was we all got down to the craps table, and they said, okay, I think there was 8 of us maybe at the craps table. There's a ton of people, I mean, standing around watching, camera crews. And I guess the way they chose to do it was there was a drawing of a card.
Oh, okay.
Everyone got a card.
Okay.
And whoever got the whoever got the ace of spades was the first shooter.
Really? Okay.
So they threw a card out to each of us, and my card was the ace of spades. Nice. So that's how I became the first shooter. Now whether the ace of spades was purposely given, I don't know. But I said to the guy next to me, who's the president of the South Point, I said, watch this, I'm getting the ace of spades. And lo and behold, it was the ace of spades. And maybe it was just meant to be, given that we sold the old Las Vegas club.
Yeah. And that was another cool post that we could mention is the one where you're sitting on one of the craps tables at the Las Vegas club, and you know, you throw in the dice first at the Circa. So I was like, man, there's so much history behind it. So again, I just think it's so cool that you and Derek.
I'm just disappointed that you weren't there to.
I know it. I know. It was so hard to even get close.
In a row.
It was
points in a row.
And it was so hard to even get on a craps table. It was so crazy packed. It was cool to see. It really was cool to part and witness that. And I want to say it's really cool to see you and Derek working together. And I told him yesterday, I was like, hey, I ran into him. I was like, hey, I'm big fans of you and Jonathon, and I love to see you guys working together with the publicity. Like, you guys are doing something different, and you guys are out there, which is really, really cool, man.
Thank you. I think the best thing I've seen on social media the last few days, there's been a lot, but was somebody wrote, if only the competitors for president could get along as well as you two.
It's very true.
Yeah, 100%.
You got to be competition, but you also got to be friendly because it's good for everybody. So
right.
Yeah, I'm very happy for them. I'm very happy for Circa. I'm happy for the whole team, and I wish them only good things.
And it's obviously, we've talked about it. We're like, you know, it's only going to benefit everybody in the area. And one thing we've talked about, I'm like, babe, with it being a brand new facility, one thing it doesn't stick out like a sore thumb. It really does blend in with everything else in the Fremont area. So it really does just, you know, it's just like another downtown casino. It really does. And it's comfortable to just chill in the sports book. I mean, it's really nice.
Did you go over there to watch a game?
We did. We ended up there yesterday, strolling through there by chance, and ended up there for 4 hours. So yeah, I was just watching screens. I was checking out their VSIN booth, which was really neat. Got to meet Kevin, Derek, who works over there. Really nice people.
Cool.
So.
Yeah, we were talking about, like, with, you know, we have a few friends that come down and have done live streams and things like that. Is it a win-win for the Plaza, you know, to bring YouTubers and bring, you know, podcasters down here to, I mean, obviously it's free publicity.
Yeah.
But is it detrimental in any way? Do you guys
I don't
see
think of it as win-win necessarily. I just think of it as the people I've met in the community, yourselves included, maybe mostly you guys, because you might have been the first ones that sort of turned me on to it, but just a really good group of people.
Yeah.
Very passionate about Vegas.
Yeah.
Love to gamble. Love to talk about downtown. Love to talk about the history. Love to really embrace the business.
Yeah.
And so I don't see how that's detrimental,
Yeah.
right? You're taking enthusiasts and giving them an outlet to share their passion. And so for me, it wasn't really even a question. The only downside is if somebody else in the casino gets on camera that doesn't want to be there.
Right.
So we try to take precaution about that. I know when Lisa talks to you guys, she tells you only film yourselves, the machine you're on. And we tell that to everybody. Security's aware of that, table games is aware of that. That's why we do, when you want to do table games, you got to take the whole table so that nobody else is in the way. But that's the only downside. If nobody is on camera that doesn't want to be on camera, then what have you really done? I don't think there's other downsides. So at least not that I'm aware of yet. We haven't encountered that, and we've tried to embrace it as much as we can. I know others do as well now.
Right.
I'd like to think we were one of the first that really reached out and tried to build these relationships. But I take the approach of it's nice to see people like yourselves that are so passionate about a topic being able to express yourselves.
Well, what's really neat is we get the comments and we get people who chime out and they're like, you know what? How does this work? Like, are you guys just super cool? What is this? And we were curious more than anything. Like, hey, how does this work? What are the requirements? Is this okay? Like, we didn't want to step on anybody's toes. So now seeing that, places like the Plaza who have been super cool to us, and everybody, the crew, everybody's an email away. I mean, it's really neat. But that's one thing we try to do too, is like before we're coming, we send emails, hey guys, we're gonna be out a full week. We'd love to, record certain things. We just wanna give you guys a heads up so we don't just show up and start doing stuff, So that's really something to keep in mind, because a lot of people expect that, they can just go in a casino and record. And then when they get told something, they're like, hey, it's a big deal. Right. It's one thing to ask and head in time and give some kind of notice, but the way you guys are doing it is you guys embraced a lot of YouTubers. I've been watching people lately, the C.E.O twins. I've been in contact. I'm gonna sit down with them tomorrow.
They're here right now.
Very cool guy. Yeah, I know. I've met with them the last couple of days. Super cool
Yeah.
kids, man. I mean, I like those guys. The big AZ Craps Guru guy, he's been here a couple times and played.
Yeah.
So that's the kind. Now I see people coming down here. I'm like, okay, I want to talk to them because they now like our casino and we have that in common, and we like to do obviously the same stuff. And I see you guys letting them do it, and other places just absolutely don't cut it. They're like not having it, not interested, no pictures, don't bother. I mean, last night at Paris, we took a couple pictures of our buddy who wanted to throw dice, and he has one arm in a wheelchair, and we took the pictures and they're like, hey, no. So it's just different downtown versus the Strip. I mean, we've been saying this for years.
Doesn't that speak to something more than just specific to YouTube, is the fact that it's just to do with relationships.
Yeah.
And you can contact people and you can talk to humans, and the people down here are given some freedom to make an intelligent decision about, man, my guy's in a wheelchair, can I take a picture of him throwing dice?
Right.
Okay. Yeah, I get there's a policy in place, but make an intelligent decision, right? It's a memory for them, and it's no downside to you. So yeah, listen, we try to do that down here. I can't speak for others.
Right.
And I'm pretty I'm happy to get to know people like yourselves and the C.E.O twins and some of the others.
Right.
Brian, Christopher, who I saw the other night. Everyone's doing it, and it's just the future, and it seems obvious to me.
And again, we wanted to sit down with you for a bit and just thank you for all the opportunities we've had.
Let me just answer the question everyone keeps asking me.
Yeah.
The point was a 6.
The point was a 6. No, I saw it. Yes.
The point was a 6, and I hit the 6.
And you hit the 6.
You don't need to ask again.
Okay, it's been clear, okay?
It wasn't a hard 6.
It wasn't a hard 6.
I was betting all the hard ways. I didn't hit the hard ways.
That's awesome.
No.
Jonathon, thank you, brother. I mean, this is fun. We want to just keep it short and simple, get what that experience was like, get what you guys are doing, and let people know, it's awesome to see you guys, your team, everybody. I mean, they reach out, they respond right away, they're on top of it. And I appreciate that a lot, because it obviously helps us what we're trying to do, create content in the casino industry, which is unheard of, honestly. I mean, like we said, it's not something people are allowed to do. So us getting down to come talk to you, show people that, hey, this stuff's just genuine. It's not like we got this secret, going on between each other. No, we genuinely like this, the place, the people, you yourself.
When are you doing Oscars?
I'm ready the next couple of days.
Oh, I thought you
Yeah.
were going there. They told me to take pictures.
I have pictures. I shot a little video as well.
Oh, okay,
But
cool.
we want to go and just eat the food in general. She's like, she's picky, so I'm like, babe, come try the food. Let's go.
What are you picky? You don't like steak?
No, I like hamburgers and hot dogs. I don't like
The
steak.
best hamburger, the best hamburger you'll
I don't
ever
like
have.
steak. I don't like fish.
Okay, do me a favor. Try the hamburger at Oscar's.
Okay.
If it's not one of the best you've had, nothing.
But
enjoy it.
And honestly,
it's fantastic.
We've had some friends who have eaten the last couple of nights,
Yeah.
and I mean nothing but positive. Even the pictures, the guys used to, the posts, everything. The pictures are phenomenal. The food looks great.
Thank
I mean, there's
you.
people doing good work up there.
Yeah,
And I'm a
thank
foodie.
you.
You guys
And the
know.
view is amazing.
Try the
view's
burger.
always
The burger's amazing.
Heck yes, Jonathan.
Thank you, guys.
We'll be in
Appreciate
touch
your time.
soon.
I
I
mean,
mean, seriously, how cool is that? Like I said, just a genuine guy, down to earth, hell of a conversation all the time. It did blow my mind that he said, we were one of the first to approach him, as far as the YouTubers and podcasts goes. I didn't know that. So, I was really surprised with that. And I told him afterwards, I was like, really? I didn't know that. I thought that was really cool. So again, you never know where, going out, saying hi and shaking a hand will lead to, because we've had this friendship probably about 4 years now. And again, when I say he's one of my favorite people, let me tell you why. So not only did I see him on a Tuesday morning after getting the kids breakfast, but as we're strolling and leaving to take the kids to Circus to spend the day, what are you doing tonight at midnight? I said, we'll be at Circa. He says, why don't you come and play dice with me? Blew my mind. Me and Kelly were like, really? So of course, he asked us to come gamble with him. What more of a casino CEO can you ask for than him inviting you to come and spend some time and have a good time at what you guys like to do already? Says a lot about the guy. Again, from here to here, baby. Seriously, just a cool dude. Always a fun time. And it was really cool to be able to witness the casino opening at Circa with him, Brian Christopher, Dustin and Jennifer from Iowa, so many different YouTube friends, Twitter friends, a lot of different friends around town. It was really cool to be able to witness that and be a part of it. That's history, baby. So again, if you enjoy this kind of content, if you enjoyed this interview, do us a huge favor. Leave us a like. And also, if you're new around here, subscribe to the channel. As we are all things Las Vegas. We cover gambling, we cover casinos, we cover Las Vegas. And we have a lot of connections in town, and we love going around town saying hi to people. We're creating so many different friendships, which is a key part of doing this whole podcast and YouTube channel. Seriously, guys. Again, we appreciate you guys watching. If you're not following us on social media, definitely give us a follow, as you will be able to catch some of our highlights of the trip like this. I don't even have words to say, okay? We'll talk about it over the next video. We'll see you in the next one.